Hello and welcome to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. Today, TGN Anime presents a character profile for Adult Gohan. Adult Gohan is definitely one of those characters that has a lot going on. He might look scary at first given all the systems and moves he has at his disposal. There's a lot to break down here, but he's also surprisingly enough not too hard to just pick up and play, as I believe he is one of the best characters in the entire roster for creating combos, because it can be extremely fast and his reach is deceptively long. So let's look at what makes him unique, and we'll start by highlighting a couple of normals before we even jump into special and super attacks. Gohan has this move that I'm gonna call the retreating Ki Blast. When you press down on the special button, Gohan jumps back and throws a Ki Blast. It's a great move to put some distance between you and your opponent, and it's very easy to perform. You can do it on the ground with the input I mentioned, but also in the air by just hitting the special button without any direction. Because if you hit down on the special button in the air, you actually perform another one of Gohan's unique moves, and I'm gonna call this one the Fast Descent. Gohan rushes to the ground, and this is a great move for a lot of things. From mixing up your opponent, going from a jumping attack to a low attack faster than usual, to catch up to an opponent after you knock him down to the ground and you want to do a super. It's got many uses. Gohan can get to the ground extremely fast, so keep this ability in mind. We've got a couple more normals to go through. The next one is the ultimate high kick with down forward and the heavy attack. This may look like just a regular kick, but most characters, when you hit the heavy attack button, they will knock an opponent into the air or into a wall. With this move, Gohan is able to chain different types of combos because the ultimate high kick does not knock an opponent far away. So when you're out there building combos, this is a great tool that allows you to create some unique stuff, especially after you use Potential Unleashed, which is one of Gohan's supers, which we'll explain in detail later in this video. But for now, just think of it as a switch that once you turn it on, your character gets faster, stronger, and some of his moves change a little bit. And since you're faster, the ultimate high kick will be able to create some new combos a lot easier than most of the characters in the roster. Now, our next move actually requires Potential Unleashed. It's the Machine Gun Punch with down forward and the light attack button, and it is only available after you unleash Gohan's potential. You cannot do it before you do this super at least once. This is another one of Gohan's unique normals. He throws a series of punches that deal some good damage, and if you hold the light attack button, you can make this attack last even longer. Finally, moving on to his special attacks, let's start with the basics. Quarter circle forward and the special button throws the MASENKO, which is your usual full screen Ki Wave. Nothing particularly special about this one, as you can only perform it while on the ground, but it is a decent long range option like many others currently in the game. Gohan's second special is one that you might recognize from Teen Gohan. Quarter circle forward and an attack button throws the Jet Uppercut. The light attack button throws a simple uppercut, very similar to Teen Gohan. The medium attack button throws a punch before the uppercut, and with 1 bar of meter, the heavy attack version does the same but much faster. This move is not only useful as an anti-air move, but also as a combo finisher, or extender if you want to cancel it into a super. Also, this move is Gohan's assist attack. With the same motion, but while in the air, Gohan will do the machine gun kick, and again it looks very similar to what Teen Gohan does, but this one has a couple of different properties. For instance, Teen Gohan will usually kick the opponent away at the end of the machine gun kick, and Adult Gohan does not unless you burn 1 bar of meter with the heavy attack version. So combos may look incomplete if you decide to use this at the end of a combo, but it's still a devastating attack with very good damage, and you can hold down the attack button if you want to extend its duration. And of course, the heavy attack version ends in a wall bounce, so you can follow that up with all sorts of attacks. Moving on to Gohan's final special attack, the ultimate back attack with quarter circle backwards and an attack button. Gohan can perform this move both on the ground and in the air, and the attack changes once you use Potential Unleashed. So the basic version of this move has Gohan flying over the opponent's head and hitting them with an overhead strike. Both the medium and heavy attack versions of this move are also cross-ups in addition to being overhead, meaning they're very hard to block. And that's especially the case after you use Potential Unleashed, because now Gohan will no longer fly to hit you over the head. Gohan will actually teleport over to you, making this move very tough to react to because it's so fast and he can catch you anywhere on the screen. Now, because this move is so powerful, its priority is also very low, so if you're fighting against an opponent who, let's say, likes to press a lot of buttons, chances are he'll interrupt you before you land a hit. So despite this move being very powerful, don't be reckless with it. And with that, we move on to his supers, and I'm gonna guess this is the reason why a lot of you came to this video. Gohan has 2 supers, a level 1 and a level 3. Alright, let's talk about his level 1. Potential Unleashed. Quarter circle forward and the right bumper or trigger will release this explosion around Gohan that will damage any enemy caught within the explosion. You will also see some text pop up and say level 1, indicating that you've unleashed one level of your potential and unlocked all the moves we talked about until now. You've also gotten a bit faster and a bit stronger thanks to this transformation. Gohan can unleash up to 7 levels of potential, making him an absolute meter sponge. And you don't need to level up one at a time. If you want to unleash multiple levels at once, use the right trigger and hold it down for as long as you want. Do not use the right bumper or R1 because even if you hold it, you won't go up multiple levels. Once you reach level 7, you'll notice that Gohan is incredibly fast, and this is why he's probably the best character for combos. This speed allows him to chain unconventional combos way easier than most of the other characters, and the damage he does is kind of insane. You did just drink 7 bars a meter, so I guess that's only fair. Don't forget that Potential Unleashed isn't just a pseudo transformation, it also damages as a super, so use that to your advantage. There are plenty of situations where you can damage an opponent while powering up at the same time. Just don't go up all 7 levels at once and expect to deal damage equivalent to a level 7 super, because Potential Unleashed deals decent damage, but it doesn't scale up very nicely. And after that long explanation, his other super is the Bros Kamehameha with quarter circle backwards and the right bumper or trigger and 3 bars a meter, and by comparison, this one's really easy to explain. It's a full screen key wave that travels horizontally, and the effect is always the same, even though visually it might change depending on the team you have. You can have Goten and Goku helping you if you have Goku on your team, but if you have Gotenks on your team and don't have Goku, then you also lose Goten in this super and Gohan will be on his own. As far as auto combos go, this is what happens when you mash the light attack button. This auto combo actually changes once you use Potential Unleashed, so here's another light attack auto combo, and this is what happens when you mash the medium attack button. And now that we know his moves, it's time for some tips on how to use them. Gohan is fast. He's great for combos, especially after Potential Unleashed. And don't try to rush to level 7 of Potential Unleashed, because yes, if you get there, that's great, but even just a level 1 is already a huge difference. And remember, it deals damage, so try to incorporate the super into your gameplay, in the middle of a combo, or using it as a follow-up super after another character unleashed theirs. For this reason, I personally don't like to have Gohan as the first character in my lineup. I like to play him with at least one level of Potential Unleashed, because that immediately gives you access to the ultimate back attack where he vanishes, and that's just a great tool for dealing with defensive players. If on the other hand you're dealing with a rushdown type of character, Gohan's pretty fast, and his reach is deceptively long, so bide your time. It's not hard to counter an opponent with Gohan. And once you have him in a combo, like I told you before, Gohan's really strong at combos, so at a distance, use your MASENKO and the ultimate back attack, or just some basic movement because he's so fast. Jump in the air, do a couple of air dashes, come back to the ground with a fast descent, and get in close range where there's a lot of options, and once you break through your opponent's defense, start unleashing some devastating combos. You're gonna need to hit practice mode and really explore this guy to realize how much combo potential he has. And try to end your combos with Potential Unleashed so you slowly build up that transformation over time, even if you don't deal damage to the opponent. But Potential Unleashed is also the biggest downside to Gohan in my opinion, because while this move might be great for Gohan, it is a meter sponge, which means that if you want to use Gohan to his full potential, you're gonna need the whole team working for him. I mean, there have been matches where I've gotten him to level 7 of potential and had a golden Frieza on my team, so it is possible to use meter with other characters, but it's something that doesn't happen all the time and you never know what's gonna happen during a match. Still, since you don't need to go to level 7 to have him be a useful character, it can still be a good match even with characters that use a lot of meter. Just make sure you at least unleash his potential once, because it really makes a difference. Thank you for watching another Dragon Ball FighterZ character profile. There's a lot going on with Adult Gohan, but don't let that discourage you. It's not that hard to pick up and just start playing, even if you're not using all of his tools. And as you get used to this character, you'll learn to use more and more of his moves, and slowly master him over time. If you're interested in watching some other character breakdowns, check out the playlist by clicking the video up there for all the breakdowns we've done so far. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!